Hello. Hi. Hi. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? I got my nice mug. There we go. Oh, profile. There we go. Studying for my driving license? Ooh, that sounds exciting. Don't expect too much from me, it's not exciting. Fair enough. Just looking through my screenshots. There's no way I can get that as a... No, I don't think so. Boo! Hi! Hello! Hey. Trying to see if I can find a new screenshot for for Twitter. The Efo Green one would be funny, but I think it should be something impressive, you know what I mean? There we go. Cool. That looks nice. Cool. A new episode is gonna be coming out in 2 hours, guys. It's gonna be super fun, super exciting. I've got my bongo cats now. Where are they? Over here. So if you want to join, it's a free game on Steam. And you can just join my lobby. Oh, we got the green mug, we got the green hat. Green mug, green jumper, green hat. I could have the green hat, to be fair. If you guys redeemed it, I could wear a green hat. No, today we are going to be doing a bit more building, which is fun and exciting. Anyone online? Oh, it's Crafters online. Fancy seeing you here. I lucky missed you. I wish you had 5 months ago on another account. Yeah, I saw you follow a couple days ago, and I was like, oh my god, no way. You're still in the Discord, to be fair. You followed back in like, well, you joined the server in 2022. And it's 2025 now, and that was 3 years ago. So. Oh, yeah. What? Apparently you joined the Discord server in 2022. We have an exposed copper bar. Oh, this is my favorite one. What have I done with them now? Oh my god, what have I actually done with... What have I done with honeycomb? What have I put... Where have I put my honeycomb? think it was that long ago. Kind of feel old. Oh yeah, tell me about it. I mean, I'm here visually now, I guess. What have I done with my honeycomb? I know there's a honeycomb shop, but oh my gosh. I actually have no idea. I need the honeycomb. Oh, there's one. Yay. It's my favorite color. Favorite color of copper. I love the exposed. Oh yeah, that was the biggest thing I noticed. You got a face cam that's bold of you. Yes, this actually happened when was it? Christmas Eve last year. I set up a mini, it was not like a subathon, it was more of like a, hey, I'm gonna stream for 8 hours, if you get these goals, I'll do this thing, kind of thing. It wasn't like a, hey, I'm gonna keep streaming as well, it was just, you got these goals, and the last one was face cam. And people didn't hit it, however, the point of which I put that on was because I was feeling confident enough to get myself a face cam, and this was something I've been wanting to work towards, that I had been working towards since the beginning of streaming. I didn't feel comfortable with it at the beginning. But I do now. Like, you don't need a face cam to stream. You know, think of all the different people that stream without face cams, you know what I mean? Like, all the people who record videos without face cams. But I wanted it. I wanted it because I quite like how I dress and stuff. I want people to be able to see that. You know, I want to be able to engage with people like that. You know, I've got a cool mug collection going on. But yeah, having myself on stream with my face fully face visible rather than, like, you know, when I used to put a mask on or something, that was something important that I wanted to work towards. And so I spent a lot of last year getting myself sort of mentally ready for it, and I got to the point where I was like, I want to do this now. Like, it felt more of a chore hiding my face than it was the concept of having my face visible. And so yeah, I did it and everything. And then in January, I made the move to add the screen and everything. And yeah, well, the rest is history. I've been tweaking it, perfecting it and stuff. You know, I'm trying to get my lighting right and all that stuff. You can now see outside my window, which is a bit awkward. Might pull the blind down in a minute. But I'm enjoying the natural light in here for now. Is it are you a naturally occurring pink sheep? I remember the mask and the VTuber. Yeah, the PNG tuber was a turning point from when I went from absolutely nothing to something. And I do really enjoy the little PNG tuber. Obviously, Robbie, his name, is still my mascot. I've got like a pin series now that I made of different artworks over the last year or so that I've made. Where's the other one? No, that's the same one. Oh, here's another one. This was the PNG tuber for a bit. I made a Halloween specific one as a joke because I was getting tired of having it at that point. But yeah, I'm so glad that I have, and I don't think I'd ever go back. I really enjoy being able to be visible. I like being able to, you know, do a little fit check, show you what mug I'm using. I mean, my mug collection isn't the world's biggest. You know, I think I've got maybe 10, and I use about 4 of those. There's a few mugs that... One mug I've had to retire, the handle is broken, unfortunately. Well, it's not broken, it's like the handle... Right, my fist is the mug, right? And the handle comes like this, right? The bottom is completely attached to the top bit. Whenever you go to hold it or put a little bit of pressure on it, you can see a crack, like, appear. Show the drip with the mugs. Hell yeah. Oh, I've got a little, channel point redemption called Fit Check that I thought was really funny, but I'm more than happy to give you guys a free fit check anyway, just because you know what I'm like. This is today's fit check, featuring stay warm because it's really fucking cold. Let's move the chair out the way. This is what we're working with. Blue socks, because I try to match my socks to my outfit, but it doesn't always go well. Hi, Star! Yeah. This is a jumper I've had for a while, actually. It's supposed to have all these holes and stuff. It's really comfortable. Underneath that, I have another green t-shirt. This is a robin in a pair of boots. My partner got it for me last Christmas. It's brilliant. But yeah, that's the outfit for today. I've been aggressively living in one very particular hoodie. Chunky Robin. I know, it's so cute. It's starting to like do that effect though. Don't know whether you can see that, where it's like it's starting to rub off and it's starting to fade, and it's really sad because it's by a little small business. So I don't think this t-shirt's gonna last very long, I'm afraid. Well, if it super fades, then it super fades, I guess. I mean, there's nothing really I can do for that. It's not really something I can fix. Okay, so we've got this area that I've completely cleared out. Got to frame the memories. Yeah. I've had it for about a year now. I think it's just like, yeah, slowly fading from lots of wear and... What is Crafter doing? Oh, Crafter's building a tree. I mean, I knew they said they were building a tree, but they're building a tree. And they've also started work on some things. I've got this area here that connects to my siblings' base, which is right here. And I proposed the idea of build a path. So, what better way of doing it than building a path? And I say we curve the path. I don't think we do a straight diagonal path. I say the path sort of like curves like this. And like that, like around something. Like imagine the land comes around. So we connect it maybe here. Like it comes off of this bit. Curves round. It just does a bit of wiggle. You know what I mean? It wiggles a bit. I'm thinking that's what we do. Because I made a gap in the trees. But they also want me to basically sort of fill the trees back in where I've cut them down. In this area here. Which is like our border. So I'm going to probably take down a bunch of the little trees and just plant a whole bunch of big ones. And then fill in some gaps. And we could add a fence. But I don't know. We do have other channel points that have come back recently. We've now got... Add a sign is now back. You guys are far into the world. It looks amazing. How many days are you on? Well, we don't have days, unfortunately, because it's a server. But we started this somewhere between early to mid-September. So it's been about 2 months. So we're not really that far into the world. We're all just chronically online. I'd say it's been a while. It's just not been... I mean, this server's going to be around for about a year, so... You know, if this is what we can do in 2 months, you know, picture Hermitcraft. That's impressive. Thank you. Actually, one thing I want to have a look at, because I'm obsessed with it at the moment, is I want to have a look at... We need to get rid of this tree. I'm taking down this tree. Sorry. Warping into the super flat is all fun and games until you hit a tree. Game sounds are really loud. What's going on? I don't know why Minecraft is so loud at the moment. I think they changed the way the sounds work, and so everything's just a bit louder than it normally would be. Cool, great. Rip Big B. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I can't break that. This area, however... Can we... Right, the bridge can stay there. It's just we spawn in right here. And having that right there was a bit annoying. Oh, those are my trees. I am happy with my trees. This tree's missing a branch into... Has some of my stuff. Most of this in this direction here is all mine. You can tell a big difference between styles between that and this. And this is all everything I've been working on. I really like enjoying using super flat. We can all build here. Like, this is something my mother's been building. That's the front of my base, if you recognize it. We've got this building here that I need to add. And I'm kind of tempted to add this in between mine and my siblings' base, like as an outskirts building. And kind of dilapidate it. So we've got this. But, you know, cover it in leaves. Make it kind of like old and stuff. That kind of thing could work. I don't know though. But this is what I want to look at, because this was something I worked on yesterday. And I'm obsessed with it. I'm actually obsessed with it. Like, just this, probably one of my favorite things I've built. And I think it's going to turn out really nicely. I just need to have another look at it because I'm really proud of it and I want to show it off. I just ignore the explosives behind me. So you've got to imagine the land goes up and round the back and comes back down this way. You go in through the front door like this. And that's downstairs. And then to get up to this side, you need to come up through this path. And there's a little secret hidden doorway that takes you to the upstairs. And I thought that'd be really cute because it's a different way to differentiate the two. So that makes me jealous, not gonna lie. It's so pretty and I've seen massive builds just stunning and it's making me want to make one. Well, honestly, the thing that you really need to understand for building and what I've been trying to focus on in my last couple builds is more of the cinematography behind it. Like, it's all great and well and everything, knowing the color scheme and knowing the style you want to build in, but the difference between something that's just like flat roof, you know, bog standard house, and something that when you stand at a particular angle, it gets a particular view, and you get this real, like I explained it yesterday, this here, this path leads up, not path, is it? This, land leads up and around, and your eye sort of goes up, and then the roofs just keep sort of like going up until you sort of get to the point where you're looking at the windmill. Like, the windmill's the last bit you look at really here. Is you've got this sort of like visual path of interest that like you get drawn up from the ground going up. And the same kind of works here. You go round like this. And then you've got this effect here. This looks like inlaid. This looks a bit inlaid. You've got cold stone with warm copper and cold copper with warm wood is a good colour scheme to go with, and then just sort of the textures and things. And with wood, I like to add a bit of shadow with wood. I don't really like it as much with stone. I think it looks nicer, in my personal opinion, being rough rather than shadows. I know a lot of people like to build with shadows instead, but I prefer the rough texturing because it kind of looks like... Because I've got shaders, I don't need to make shadows if my game can basically do it for me. Which is fair enough, because obviously without shaders, that's what this looks like. But with wood, I like to add a bit of darker wood, especially if it's stripped, just to make a bit extra effect of like, that's tucked in underneath here. And so it's all hidden. And obviously, I could add some shadow under here, but I'm going to be honest, I like the look of the tuff. I mean, I could add, what is it, acacia? Not mangrove, pale oak. We could add some pale oak in here. And acacia. What other sort of colours go with? I was thinking maybe... Nah, because deep slate's a bit too dark. I'm just trying to think maybe if you could add a bit more, because I see a lot of people doing this. Let's put that bush back. Because I play with shaders. But there's a light there, so that it wouldn't really have much of a shadow. I guess shadow in this dark corner, and a little bit of shadow up there, but this shadow would predominantly fade out. Because we've got a light source here. Oh, the shadow would come under here, almost definitely. Something differently textured. Smooth basalt. No, that's too dark. It's a very fine line of trying to get the textures right. I could try pelarg moss. No, honestly, I think just getting this back in like that. I mean, shadows only really work when you're not using things like little light sources. I think a shadow in this back corner over here works. And I could add in some basalt. Okay. Yeah, acacia works. There is actual turf. Deep slate's darker then. Cobblestone's lighter. Don't really want to be using cobblestone. Any redstone blocks match the pattern I want, really? No. See, grey is really difficult. I'm gonna be honest, grey is very difficult to do here. That could work. But now it kind of feels a bit wrong to be having this sort of darker scale with this. But it does add a darkness to that corner. Which is true. It does add this darkness. I think instead of basalt we do... Ooh, mud. Mud is dark. That's really dark. So because now when you look at that, you've got this shadowed effect of that area back there is dark. That's very visually dark. Yeah, this works just a little bit. A little bit extra sprinkled in, I think. I can't really do it with the sandstone. I mean... what would birch look like here? It is quite noticeable, I will be honest. Endstone? Is endstone too of a... No, too yellowy. Well, I think maybe leave this one. That doesn't need it, I don't think. I just think maybe the stone. I mean, we are gonna have a bit of a weird gradient going on inside here. However. I like that, I like that. Little tiny touch. Cool. If I could add some signs on the wall. The signs could be dark oak in the corner there. Wow. Ooh. Do we want these signs on the corners? That literally plays into shadows. That literally plays into shadows. Yeah, okay, cool. I think I'm happy with that. Alright, we need to get on to doing what we're going to do today, though, because I may have got myself a bit distracted. We need to work on this path, and we also need to work on... I want to see if I can add some of these, like, amethyst crystals around. So I think what we do is we make a shulker box with all the amethyst crystal supplies. And that's not including the amethysts themselves. Because I don't want to. I reckon that. What have I done with the one upstairs? White. And I think also some deep slate. Cool. Can't bother. Alright. And then we'll add the other ingredients later. I think we just need to try and get the shape ready. Okay. There we go. Okay. Where do we do the first one? I see we do one here. Right here. By this greenhouse. Let's add... Well, I don't know if I want deep slate actually to be part of it. I might not do deep slate actually. we go. Wonk. Alright. What you making? Some amethyst crystal clumps around my base to kind of make it look a bit like magically. So this whole vibe is supposed to be sort of elven, dwarven sort of magic going on. So we need to have some magic. There we go. Perfect. I think I might not do the deep slate. I think these are just here as a precaution. All right. And then we'll decorate them more, obviously, when I go and get them. But what I've done here is with this one, where my first beacon was, I did the amethyst sort of around it to let the beacon through, and sort of like embedded it in the ground. And I've got these all crystals and purple candles, and that's what I want to do with this is crystals and candles. And then I did with this one, I put little shards of purple stained glass, which I might also incorporate in some, because they work better for crystals that are going like up and over or underneath. So I'm going to add those two onto something like this. They're going to go through a massive gem that could be magical and make an island float. Yes, I think over here, where my friend Neo has got a whole bunch of floating islands, this is Neo's base. That island, and this island so far in Neo's base. And they're going to have more. They've got a crystal, a floating crystal. And that's explaining the magic of their island. And then I added these little islands here. These 5 little islands to connect up the path. However, there is a crystal, there is a beacon here. And I think of building a big crystal here would look really nice. But varying size crystals, this whole area is crystal magic, and it's not something I've ever actually built in Minecraft properly, and so I think it'd be really fun. I do want to get more smooth quartz though, so let me just grab some of that from my base. Because I do know that that as slabs looks really nice. And then, cool, that's that one there. I'm gonna add in some smooth quartz as well, because all of this diorite kind of looks dirty. Okay. There we go. See, look, that just adds a bit of cleanness to it. Because you've got the calcite fading into the quartz, and then you've got these diorite bits near the ground that kind of look dirty. But it's obviously a way of doing walls and slabs and stairs. Cool. He's gonna die. I think I'm gonna do... I have a crystal there. Put a crystal there. I want them to look natural. I want them to look like they're just sort of peeking out of the ground. Some of them might have deep slate around them where the ground is sort of like darkened. Is this guy... That's what I thought. I have my arrow back, thank you very much. This area is still not properly lit up. I need to sort out this. This tree sucks. No, it looks amazing. Crafted is amazing. I think it looks really good. Trees if you want it. I keep YouTube videos saved. On how to do things. How do I see my liked videos? I need to make the folder like public so you guys can use it as well. But it's, you know, a lot of Minecraft building. Let me send that. Talks about the whole play. I say we do. Should we do this crystal? No, I haven't got any glass on me. I'm gonna avoid the glass, the ones for the beacons, because beacons are kind of could be temporary. I could move this beacon if I so wished, and then I'd have to move everything inside the beacon. This beacon ain't gonna move, I don't think, but I don't have the glass for it, unfortunately, not right now. We're gonna have something come down here, so I don't really want to put a crystal right here, but I think we could put a crystal. We're having a crystal there, coming down this bit, coming out here. I think we could do another crystal up here. Because this land is just going to keep going up. I think we flatten this bit here. Bring the land coming down like that and round. Which I'll do in a minute. And then flatten this bit. Remove a bunch of these trees temporarily. Replant the trees to keep that border. Oh, hello. And chop down the floating tree. Yeah. 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 I will later. Love being neighbours with Crafter. It's always a good fun time. It's a ghost! It is. They've changed their skin back. I didn't even realise that they'd in fact done that. That's funny. I'm kind of just following a sort of a formula that I've built myself. It's not always the best plan when you don't fully know what you're doing. However, like, shush. Oh, Crafter fell. Oh, that's a shame. How? No, I need that, I need that, I need that. No. Bonk. Put a slab there. Put a slab there. Put a little bit of diorite in the floor as well. Just so it's a little bit dirtier. And then a bit more calcite. Ooh, there's now dirt. If I can take that. Wait, let me take the amethyst. Hooray. Perfect. Perfect. I think that works. I think I just want to... I think we'll have the crystals would come up. I think I just want that block like that. Mm-hmm. I'll have something tall on the top. Unless I take this bit down. Have it kind of tall. Actually, that works. We'll do that. Cool. Let me just collect my little bongo cat. Okay. Yeah, like I said, reminder, anyone can get a bongo cat completely for free. Don't know how this land is going to look yet, so I can't really put any down here. I think maybe one over here if I can. Maybe one there. But again, a lot of this area here is going to be like terraformed again. I think a little one up there. How about that? Bongo mongo. Yeah, it reacts every time you press the keyboard or a mouse. It Oh no. Where did that go? There we go. I think I'm going to chop this tree back down because it was an idea to get the sort of idea of where a tree would go, but I don't really like it being here. There we go. Thank goodness for fast decay, am I right? Decay? Decay. But yeah, I think about here would be a nice crystal. There we go. Cool. Bonk. This cow is following me. This cow is very much following me. I'd rather he didn't. I'd really appreciate him not following me. Get off. This guy. Wow. Serious about following me. Jeez. I just want to move it. Yeah. Right, my bad. He's a big fan of you. Yep. Yeah. I can see that. There we go. Do I need to outline all of it? I mean, I guess, but I'm not going to because I think it looks a bit tacky when I do it all. I think, oh, I could put a slab there actually. There we go. Isn't that nice? Nice little pile of crystals. Like, that one's really embedded in the land there. I want these ones to kind of like they're poking out of the ground. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I think that's going to be it for now for that. Let me take these back down under here. Most of this I can send through the machine, actually. Oh, I have actually broken through. Cool. Then I'm gonna go and make the paths. So... Oh. Okay. Donk, 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 donk. Donk, donk. Hmm. Boop. 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 And then... Boop, boop. Cool. Nothing in here? No, cool. Alright, let's work on this path, shall we? I think we need to plan it out using a block, and I think I'm gonna probably use something that stands out. We could use... I think we use stone. Because stone is one of the ingredients I actually use for this path anyway, really. So I think what we need to do is we need to map out where it goes. So, this is not usually what I do for my paths, because I usually know exactly where I want them to go. Like, I want it to curve round, so I build it curved. I want it to go straight this way, so I build it straight this way. But I think this one... Let's get this out the way. I'm gonna temporarily use that block for that. I think what should happen is this one should deviate off of here. So this is going this way. No, I think it needs to curve itself just a bit more. Let's go to this tree. These trees are going to be a problem. We can remap the trees exactly where they need to go, which is the nice thing. And I'm just going to use regular spruce trees, I think, probably, to fill in the spaces, because spruce trees may be in a couple dark oak. Let's get rid of these two as well. While we're here, might as well. I mean, this one is floating at the end of the day. Probably not the best example to be setting in my base, really, is it? Doo-doo-doo. How's everyone's day been, by the way? I don't know whether I asked earlier. I'm going to close my blind in a minute because it's gotten dark already. 5 p.m. and it's black outside. Alright. Cold and tired? No, I feel that. It's been a bit cold here too, that's why I'm wearing nice warm jumpers. It's also why I'm currently wearing like joggers instead of my regular like jeans that I normally wear. Just because I know that it's been a lot colder. Although I'd like to start trying to do my little trick that I've done before of wear joggers underneath jeans. And it only works with one particular pair of jeans, unfortunately. But I can get away with wearing joggers underneath of a particular pair of jeans because they're so baggy on me that you don't see the joggers and they're comfortable. And that means that I'll be nice and extra cozy and warm, and that's really only if I need it. Most of the time, one pair of jeans is fine. I think... Oh, Grafter fell again. I think... Cool, okay, all this area is now opened up. I think, yeah, if we branch this out and then we curve it round... I'm quite taller than originally intended. Ooh! Looks very nice. Two, three... Yeah, so there we go, that sort of starts to curve around. And we're gonna go around this way, so we're gonna go in and round that way, and then instead of just going this straight diagonal, we're gonna go in and round like a big curve like this, and a big sort of loop round. So we want to be aiming towards these trees here, really. Let's plant that there. Why's my phone lit up? Oh, okay. And then... Ooh, dead bush. Hello. Love a nice dead bush. Whoop. And then this is also the path that's gonna take me over to this. This is the same path. Like, this path is also gonna connect, like, down into Crafter's base. Like, Crafter's gonna have a second path coming down here, and it's also gonna wind up and round up here. Like, it's gonna connect to Crafter's base, but then continue up and round, just how, like, I'm gonna turn this bit here. Or something, so that this and then blended together. But I want to have, like, this path that comes down that follows this little ridge along here, kind of, like, down and along, and connect down here where I was going to be building Crafter's second bridge, or path down that's going to lead up around that way. And then, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, another dead bush. I will be taking these. Okay, tree in the way again. Then we curve back around. This is the bendiest path ever, but I think what we do is we bring up a layer of land up here so it goes up and then back down. but have something that's in the way here. So it couldn't just go straight this way for a particular reason. And I think have a couple more houses, but have the forest so densely thick here. And I'm not just planning on just whacking a bunch of trees. Like, that's going to be boring. I think what I want to do is, like, add, like, bush layers. Kind of like how the jungle's got a bunch of bush layers on the ground. Kind of, like, texturize the ground so it's really rocky. And, blending into my siblings' base. I also want to have, like, a sort of a little cliff edge. Where it's sort of, like, land comes up and then on the other side it drops. Could be interesting to add a waterfall into that and, like, a little river that they could use for their base. I'm thinking that would be around, like, here, maybe. Raise this land just a little bit. So this bit here is like a drop off. And they've got a little river they can bring around this way if they so wished. It could connect into this area here. And then I could bring the river round and then down, and the river technically could be the way to separate our bases. In fact, actually, that's a really good idea, because I was thinking of a physical barrier. And now I'm thinking, what about a virtual barrier? Like, a river is kind of a really good way to... Remember our bug? Sure. Physical barrier is one way to do it, but a virtual barrier is a better way to do it, I think. Let's get rid of more of these trees. Ow! For context, Bug is my happy ghast. If anyone is confused, Bug lives in this little tower here, and she is my happy ghast. She is my baby, and I love her. And she took forever to come up with a name because I genuinely couldn't decide on a name for her. I was like, I need to call her something beginning with B, because Neo owns a happy ghast called Blimpert, and Brioche used to own a happy ghast called Baguette. Although I think it's on Baguette 3 now. And so my happy ghast. There she is. Look at her. Crafter's taking her. Crafter needs to borrow her for a bit. But she is... Do you need help taking her out of the tower? This is my baby, and I love her. She is my little girl. Look at her. Look at Blimpert. Not Blimpert. Blimpert's over there. Look at Bug. I think I'm stuck. Oof. Everything is dark. Hello. Oh, yeah, no, so I'm also stuck now. Oh! Jump! Jump. Never seen Happy Gas? They're so cute, I love them. Hey! It's all new to me. Size, no, scale, base, set, 0.85. Freedom, also yes, I do need help. Okay. Yeah, you do need to be shorter. What happened here? What has happened here? Oh, she's turned. Why have you turned? How have you turned? That's what I thought. Hey! I did it! I think maybe that roof needs just a little bit of redesigning. Yo. There you go. That's bug. She's home before 10. Bonk, bonk. Right, let's chop down more of these trees. I think I had to shrink myself back down. I need to sort out that roof just a little bit. Unfortunately, I think my original roof design might not work. I'd like to be back up to 1 again because it feels odd being at 1. However, I think me being short, which was like a running gag of apparently I'm super short. Like 5 foot is apparently really short. It is. And so as a joke, my attribute size has been like just like 3 pixels lower than the average player. It's been like that for ages. Except I'm trying to get used to it being normal again. Because I'd like it to be normal again. Because I feel like I'm cheating. Being tiny bit shorter. Okay. I mean, my sibling will probably kill me if they find out how many trees I've been chopping down for this. It was nice being short in Minecraft. Oh no, yeah, no, it is. Because when we built the creeper farm, I was short enough to be able to walk on the carpets underneath the trapdoors. And if you ever built a creeper farm in Minecraft, you know how annoying it is to stand there and try and like avoid all the carpets you've just placed down so you can place the trapdoors on the roofs. Because you can't walk over trapdoors. Or you can't walk over carpets when there's a trapdoor above your head. Whereas I was. Shifting, mind you, but I was. I was actively doing said object that you shouldn't be able to do. And that made building the thing so much easier and nicer. However, it felt just a bit cheaty because you're not really supposed to be able to do that. And yeah, so that's why I want to try and get used to being normal again. Alright. I've got a lot of wood now. So I might donate some of this to my sibling if they so wish. Then it straightens out a bit and then curves in. So we're going to curve it this way. Through this line of trees, because of course it is. Right, this bit here needs to be... There we go. Like, curved. And then... Another tree. Bonk, bonk, bonk. There we go. Doo-doo-doo. Hey, welcome in, Star. Star's bongoing too. So we've got this path goes in a sort of a big circle. I need to now curve it this way. I think I need to get rid of these little bits I've done already. And then that's a good curve. Perfect. I'm trying to do like maths in my head to try and figure out where these need to go. Oh, and I've run out. So I'm going to do the rest in wood. Trunk is done. Ooh! Strawberry bongo. Ooh, smooth. Thank you. And then I'm going to try and leave a couple trees in the right spots. Although that's going to really bother me. That I'm literally... This tree is in the way. Okay. I want it to curve a bit more. Perfect! Now that is perfect. Now, I've lost a lot of trees in this area, as you can see. This is now very open from my siblings' base. They can now see a lot of my base, and I don't want that. I want my base to be very hidden. I want it to be very, you can't really see it until you walk into it. You know what I mean? And what we're going to do with this path that I've just built is effectively go from the stone and then turn it, when it gets to about here, it's going to get a bit thinner and a bit more sort of naturally. Because this is the kind of stone path you would find around an area that's well built. So this is a path the people who live here have put in. It's a properly stone fortified path. Oh my gosh, we got another one. Let's grab it. Someone doesn't get the privilege of looking at a amazing build. It's not that. They've specifically requested not to be able to see it, effectively. They want their own area to feel like it's enclosed in their own space. And that I totally understand. And so I want to make sure that they can't see as much of it as possible. Because realistically speaking, you look at the map. That's their base. This is my base. So, you know, you've got this giant... That looks really good from there. That's a really nice shape, actually. Oh. They're coming back. It's more of a, I don't want them to feel uncomfortable about their base location, because we didn't realise just how close we were until about now, when we've started building properly. And so what I've been doing is I've been expanding this way, take a little bit more of this coast and this all the way down here. I think I'm taking this like cave down here, bring down this right bit, but this bit here is quite a mountain that's quite steep. This bit's just going to be all forest, effectively, that blends out. And my stuff's going to come down here. Then there's going to be a lot of trees in this department here. And then I'm going to build a bridge about here-ish, or here, that connects across. I'm going to separate that and basically take this whole island. And what Star's done is Star's built a bridge across that's connecting their base, or their home away from home, over to here. And we've then got, like, I've got this area that's connected to other people's bases. However, it is my own. And then Crafter's got all of this land down here. They've got a lot of hobby interiors going on. They've got these builds that are going on down here, this bit. Neo's in the air. And then Brioche and Indigo, both of them have taken this entire segment here and go up this bit. They can even have some of this if they want. And then we've got someone else here. This is the shopping district. And then obviously you go south and you've got other people down here. And so I'm obviously locked in the middle here, really, with this section. So I'm taking this. No one else wants it. It's mine. I am gonna very quickly BRB. I will see you guys in a sec. I will be back. I'm just gonna put on emote only mode, so spam as many emotes as you want from as many servers as you want. I don't mind. You won't get timed out for spamming emotes. Don't you even worry. I will see you guys in a sec. Bye bye. Hello. I'm back. Doobie-doo. Let's turn the brightness of this down, actually. Okay, well, I'll have it but really, really low. Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, there's another one. I don't actually know what I've done with my honeycomb. I know I've got honeycomb somewhere. I genuinely do not know what I've done with it. I know I had some. And it's killing me not knowing where it is. I swear I had some. A little bit, I think. Well, there's a shop. I know there's a shop. I can go and buy some from Crafter's shop. I don't mind doing that. I just thought I actually had some. Last I remember, I had a couple stacks. And so, like, I genuinely do not know what's happened to that. Which is what's confusing. Well, that's fine. Maybe look at this crystal. Yeah. Alright. One diamond for 16. Then I also need to buy some food. From down here. Oh, the giant pig's still here. Hey! Welcome to the Bongo Cat. General store. Jack of potatoes. Oh. Jack of potatoes are a diamond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 diamonds. And then there's a little bit of honeycomb in here as well. Honeycomb is a diamond each as well, so I'll get one of those. I donated an ender chest to here. I like putting ender chests everywhere so we can have them. I'm gonna keep the honeycomb in here, I think. Probably the best place to keep it, honestly. Okay. I need to tell her that, just bought some more stuff. That'll keep me going a bit longer until she restocks. I like buying jack potatoes. I like that food source. It's really handy to have. I don't think I need anything else. I don't think I need anything else from any other shop. I don't think. Not yet. Oh, I need to... Oh, I forgot. I keep forgetting to do this. I need to let Star know that... Oh, what is this thing here? That is... You know, the side effects of having Enderman. Application form. Here we go. Starshine. Banner shop. Yep. Something small like a tiny booth to the con. Yes. Okay, cool. That's cute. Yes, I redo the books. I could not sit there and add the whole thing in. Right. Done. Cool. Yeah, I'm sorry if you're listening. I'm very sorry. I did kind of simply forget I was supposed to check the application form. I'm not used to having jobs to do. Let's put that back in there. I think this map needs a little bit of updating. There we go. And the rest of the shopping district no longer has any trees. Stargazing banners up and when I finished adding some stuff to the pillars on the bridge. Ooh. Oh, I need to add a... Okay. No! What? That's not what I clicked. I did not mean to click that. That's stupid. That's what that is. Let's go all the way over here. Jesus Christ, I never realized just how much that was. PWG, shopping district. Wow. That's ridiculous. Also, I'm keeping the... I can't be bothered to sort out the rest of this, but all of that's no trees anymore. Actually, no, I'm gonna do it now. Ow! We're all bongoing. Yeah, you'll notice the difference between today's bongo and yesterday's bongo of adding them is I've decided to hide your usernames because I want it to be the other way around. And unfortunately, with the other way around, with this way around, your usernames are backward. So that is the reason you guys are all sat nicely above me. Tippy-tappy him. But yeah, the map is now up to date. I wonder, actually, if you'll be able to see any of Indigo and Brioche's stuff. You'd see that, oh, a lot of this has been, like, you know, some trees have been chopped down. You've got the path now. Yes, the firehouse is on here now. Wow, that's very different from... Yeah, the Firewatch Tower's here now. That's cute as hell. Shopping district map updated. That's crazy. That's the path to my shop. There's the frog shop, the bee shop. The path that connects around underground. I need to bring that round, actually. That's what I'm probably going to work on maybe later on stream. But I need to work on my base for a bit. I might do that actually off stream. Probably. It's kind of boring. Oh, just a comment, actually. None of you guys on stream today have collected first. Just thought I'd let you guys know that none of you guys have actually got first. Oh yeah, now I got that. Yeah. Nice. Yoink. It does take usually quite a while for people to realize. No, an ad. Oh. That's a shame. It's fine, I'll sit here and wait. Oh, I didn't realize they built a little farm outside the back. That's cute. And their watchtower. We can add a bit more trees here so it can really shield them from this view here. What is this down here? Oh, wow. I'd love to do like a tunnel system. Oh my gosh, imagine a tunnel system connecting their base. It comes down and goes through this tunnel. Like a secret tunnel that would take you down to Crafter's space. Like we'd follow this tunnel system or something. And then it would lead out and round. Or something. Like open up here. That could be a cool way of getting from up there down here. So doing like an overside path, you could do this tunnel. This become like a path. That'd be really fun, actually. What we need to work on now is this. So, I think because we've got the shaping, we need to do a bit of terraforming. I want the land to go up a little bit and then drop off a bit. And I think that's gonna look the best. Cool. Might need to grab more dirt back from the ad dungeon. Woo woo! What I was just saying, pretty much, was that this bit here, we're going to terraform. But I've also had a thought about a potential path basically leading from my siblings' kind of area, or up here, where the bridge would go, through this, what looks like a tunnel system. Like, have like an underground path that then sort of like comes a bit underground and then leads out like here or something. So instead of having like you'd have the top path that comes here and then would come down and connect or something. Or whatever. But then you could also have this like little underground tunnel, because look how cute that would be. Imagine having a little path. Kind of like what Brioche and Indigo have done over here. Is they've got, in this bit here, they've got this, like this little tunnel here. So it goes down in and then out like that, and then comes down to the bottom. I think that's the cutest. The cutest ever. Alright. But I think what we need to do now is basically section off with the land. I want this to be tall. I want this here to drop off about here. I want this to get up and up and up and then drop. So I think what we need to do is chop down more trees. I know. We really are. I'm not touching any of my siblings' trees or any of these, but I think this section here need to all go. So we can really get an idea of what we're working with. Doo-doo-doo. Ooh, episode 3 comes out in about half an hour, theoretically. If YouTube likes me this time. That's exciting. Super exciting. Episode 3? Did I say episode 3? I mean episode 2. Oh my gosh. I was thinking about episode 3. I'm sorry if I did say episode 3. I actually can't remember. I assume I said episode 3. I mean episode 2. You know what I mean. You did say episode 3? Yeah, I thought I did. Alright, I'm just gonna hop home and sleep, actually. Well, episode 2 is, supposedly going live on YouTube at 6 PM, which is in about half an hour. Where is the wood in this? Where is the... Oh! It's here. 2 for 6, I really appreciate. Ow! Bro. This area needs lighting up. Jeez. Let's throw all that there. Look at the map! Look at the map! Look at this! Flipping out. Wonder I nearly died. Well, I didn't actually, that's a lie. I really didn't nearly die. Oh, hello. Ahahaha. Okay, cool. This area is now pretty empty. I think what I want to do, yeah, is... Ow. Die, thank you. Is... Let's go over here so we can grab that. Where this land goes like this, this goes up. It's not going to be too high. I reckon maybe about the height of this. And that's really going to shield away the base anyway, is because the land will go up. And then it will drop off. About here, it will drop. So I think what I want to do is get to the point where I want it to drop off. And I think the best place to do it's about here. And then what we can do is bring the path effectively kind of through the land. So the path can go up. And then... Ooh, that's a good point, actually. How do we... We want the path to end here. This is a path that connects... Oh, it could be like a bridge that goes like this. And then we've got this, like... Maybe, like... It goes up and sort of skirts around as it goes up here. So the path itself doesn't actually go up. It's sort of like, you've got this bit here. It sort of goes round rather than going up over. So from their angle, they would see path, wall. And that's really going to shield our bases from each other. More than just sticking a bunch of trees, because trees can only do so much. For this, however, I do need a bit of stone. We're just going to start with stone. I'm not going to texture anything. I tend to get a bit too detail-oriented, so we're going to try with the stone first. I think... Yeah, if we have the path sort of like coming down and there's a waterfall and you go underneath the... Can I get it so it leans forward enough so you can go underneath the waterfall? Or you come down here and the waterfall's here and you go over a little bridge that the river... And you've got one side of the river comes this way and waterfalls down. And the other side of the river goes this way. And the waterfall's because there's like a river... There's like a pool of water, maybe. We need a reason why the river's there. Why is the river there? Where's this river come from? It doesn't really make sense why there would be one. Maybe no waterfall, but I still think a river. I think a river dividing our land, coming this way and round and stuff. It could snake this way and have another waterfall down this side and that side. I think that would be a good way to separate this land. And I can build a pond, like, in here, and that'd be kind of like where it collects, like maybe a pond here, surrounded by a bunch of trees. And I think that would be a good way of incorporating this idea that, that's what separated our areas. It's not just, I'm just gonna plant a bunch of trees and just hope you can't see my base. I've put a lot of deliberate thought into how to hide my base. And not just from them, but also just from this angle in particular, really. I really like the look of, you know, you've got this magic, but you're kind of trying to hide it. Like, the magic is, it's important, and so it needs to be hidden. Pretty decently, at least. So it's not, you know, like, on the opposite side, it's a bit harder to hide because you've got a giant, like, ravine. You've got, like, this mountain edge. This is a bit harder to hide. However, I'm gonna have boulders going up here with crystals coming out the ground. A lot of crystals around this area. There'll be a little dock up there somewhere. You've got this bridge, but then it's immediately gonna have trees. Tree there, tree there, tree there. Some trees leaning outward a bit. There's gonna be some more trees. Like, there's probably gonna be one, like, here that comes up. Not that many in this immediate area, but we're gonna add in a lot of foliage. But then it gets wilder and wilder as it gets out here and things get more densely hidden. At least that's the idea. That's what I've got in my brain. And I've thought a lot about this. And this is what I get to spend the next year on, pretty much. Bonk. So we need to create, I think, just a wall about, I say 5 blocks. Because from their base, 5 blocks is about tree height. Let's take this down. Okay, there's another tree here in the way, but if we do the flat shapes, then we can find a way to make them look extra. See, that's already hiding the base a lot more than it was originally, and that's not by much. And as the land goes down, and this is only, I need to expand it 2 more up, and then I'm probably going to make it go higher in this direction here, because you're able to walk around it. Let's take down this another big tree. Okay. Bonk, 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 bonk. 10 minutes until the YouTube video is out. I will post the link when it hits 6 o'clock. Hoping that it works this time, because I did it last time and it didn't do so. So I'm really hoping that it actually works this time. Because I would really appreciate being able to post this on time. I'm hoping 6 PM every other Friday would be really nice. Every Friday feels just a bit too much for me. But every other Friday or Saturday sounds about right. Now, you've got to imagine, obviously, the trees are back for this. So, you've got this path, you've got this water, you've got this, like, slightly curved effect. And then you've got, like, plants, and then trees on top of that. So you've got to imagine some trees up here. you've got to imagine, like, yeah, trees up here, some shorter ones and a couple tall ones maybe. Along with a couple tall trees like these. Would fit it perfectly. Okay, and then what we need to do is... There we go. That blends that down. Cool. That's kind of like matched up. Doo-doo-doo. Need to take a bed with me. Cool. Yummy. And then from here, curve that. I finished at 6 PM now. Oh my gosh, no way. That's crazy. I love that for you. Hell yeah. Epic. I won't be able to pick you up. That's for sure. Check Discord. Nice. That's epic, epic, epic. Dunk, dunk. Bing bong. Cool. Mass clicking in a sec. I cannot wait to see you mass click. What are you doing? Are you playing anything in particular? Ooh, I think that works. That works a lot. And then it's gonna drop down really fast. Not really. Are you just typing? Here we go. And the stuff not editing, so like 3 minute animating. Ooh, nice. Hell yeah. And then
have you heard about
thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
Johnny B has joined the hive.
Another bee. No way. That's epic. Hello, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Howdy here from Blackscord. Yo. Welcome in. Trying to build a sort of a cliff. I think this works like a slow gradient in and then a quick drop down. We can alter it, but... Love a good bees username. I think this works because from my siblings' base, in between these trees here, this hides a lot of my base that they've been seeing. To the secret gang. No, it's a Discord server I'm in. Wax is a Minecraft streamer and YouTuber, and I'm in the Discord server, and they've come over from the Discord server, which is really epic and awesome. You are the second person I've met from Wax that's come from him particularly. Which is always really nice. Bonk. Let's put that there. Alright, now this is going to be where it gets a bit difficult. I need to basically raise all of this land here. I'm going to bring part of that mountain up and just sort of like raise it up. So I think what I need to do is do that for starters. I think here I need to take these trees down. These trees are going to be in the way. These few here, they are going to be in the way, and it's going to be a problem because I'm not going to be able to build. Is there a cave underneath me? I see. Yeah. So I need to do a bit of lighting up underground, apparently. Common problem with me. Right, let's get to this. I could use mossy cobblestone as structuring. Ooh, actually, yeah, that's a good shout. I might use mossy cobblestone as structuring around the edges, particularly. So we're gonna want land to be three blocks tall here. We're gonna want it to be 2 blocks here, and we're gonna want it to be about 1 block here. But that also blends out into this, so this is gonna be, you know, blended. Then I think over here, we need this area here, about 6, because that's gonna overhang. And then and then 4. Still away now. If it's 1 there, then it should be like 2 here. How I'm gonna bring that down, that's gonna be quite steep. And then here's gonna be 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And then, yeah, another 2 there. No, that should be 1. This should be about 1 block higher. Oh my god. I know we've got them off, but I still don't appreciate being absolutely jumped by a creeper. Oh, it's all these dark caves, I swear. If you find it being difficult being out as trans in the UK, I used to live in Reading, and bigotry was quite bad. Please I ask you if you don't want to answer. No, of course of course I don't mind asking. Answering. Sorry. I mean, where I live, because I live in the south, right? I mean, I wouldn't say it was particularly difficult. Probably because the people I was surrounded by were like a tight-knit group of people who were all predominantly okay with that sort of thing. I don't think I've ever experienced much hate towards it. I mean, the most hate I think I've probably ever experienced was an old friend of mine, actually. So, but I'm gonna be real, when it comes to being out in public, it's just kind of like, I wouldn't say that I'm at the stage in my transition where I 100% pass. I would say I'm about 60 to 70%. And people might say like, oh, no, I'd say that you pass. That's cool and all. But I don't think society in general would look at me and think, oh yeah, that's a guy. And that's fine, because I'm not quite there yet to be like, I mean, yeah, oh, hello, again. Really? Do you mind? Thank you very much. Like, I've got a higher pitched voice. I've got quite a lot of feminine features and such. Not that I tend to go out much anyway, really. But I don't use the men's restrooms. I may be friends and in a relationship with guys and stuff, but I wouldn't say that I myself tend to do much in the public eye that make them think that I'm a guy, because I'm worried about things like that. However, nothing I myself I've never actually experienced much on that kind of hate, which is good, actually. That's a very good thing. However, I haven't actively taken steps to do these things yet because I'm so worried about the potential hate, especially now at the moment with the government are trying to, if you don't fully know, if you're not trans yourself, if you don't, those of you in chat, the UK government are trying to basically make it so that if you are a trans person, you will not be allowed to use the restroom that your sex defines you as. So for me, I'm a trans guy. I should be using the men's restrooms because I identify as a guy. I am a guy, right? But biologically speaking, I'm not. Therefore, the government don't want me using the men's restrooms. And it's not just about that, it's more about, do you look trans? And, oh my god, you've got long hair and you're a guy? No, I don't think so. And that's what they're trying to do. So, realistically speaking, I'm not really trying to push that hate onto myself much. I'm just trying to, casually ignore it. The government is. Yeah. They certainly are, But because of that, I've never really taken many steps to do things like that. I'm a very socially awkward individual, actually. You wouldn't think I would be, with the way that I act on stream and stuff. But, yeah, hi. Unfortunately, that is the way that our country's going at the moment, and, I'm trying to be, light about it and stuff. like, yeah, there are some things that, unfortunately, I would just be too afraid to do, but I think that I'd be around... Good to hear you've got good people around you. Society's trash and very brave. Thank you. Yeah, I do, honestly, I do feel like I'm doing quite a brave thing. But that's why I kind of want to be open about it and say, like, hey, those of us who may not necessarily conform to, you know, like, oh, I'm a trans person, I don't use those restrooms yet. We do exist, because a lot of people are like, oh my god, trans people, they use the wrong restrooms, and I know that some people would rather watch me get hate crimed than be comfortable in a bathroom. Then again, honestly, I'm just not comfortable in any bathroom. I'm gonna be completely honest. Public restrooms are kind of just gross. I've never felt comfortable in them. In fact, I don't really like the idea of gendered bathrooms. I don't understand why they need to be a thing. I think that bathrooms should just be single block cubicles. Hot take. Alright. You know, I just don't really see the appeal of why you'd want to... That looks pretty decent, actually. I don't tend to do overhangs very much, but I think that looks good, and we'll bring the bottom bit inward a bit so it curves in a bit. I don't personally really like single-sex spaces anyway, I'm gonna be honest. I've always felt more comfortable co-ed. In school, I used to be part of a, my old... For a reason never said about tag. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. But I used to be part of a co-ed PE class back in school, and oh my god, it was just so much fun. I mean, obviously at the time that was you know, pre-transition, so this is like, you know, little egg me, right? Picture me, little egg guy, right? And that was, you know, it was brilliant because I do have female friends and I do have male friends. I don't get on better with one or the other. I've always found an even mix tends to be what I gravitate to, really. I've never really been like, oh my god, I only have to be friends with guys, or, you know. As it stands now, a lot more of my friends do tend to be masculine than feminine. However, that's just because that's our friend group as a whole. It's like 80% guys. But I've never said that, like, I prefer being friends with men, because one of my best friends, one of my best friends for life, is a woman, so I can't really turn around and just go like, oh yeah, no, women, nah. Because I feel like I've got a lot of people don't really like saying it, like, oh my god, you know, you trans people, you must have a lot of empathy, and for the female experience, and as much as I do kind of half disagree with that, because I personally don't really remember much of what it was like to not be a guy, because that's who I've always been, really. I do think part of me has just sort of been a bit more empathetic in what life is like to be someone who genuinely cares. And again, that's not me saying that men don't care. That's me saying that I think that growing up and feeling these struggles and everything has made me a lot more empathetic. Making friends based on gender is weird. Yeah, I think it's kind of less than that. I know a lot of people tend to just naturally gravitate towards one particular group. You know what I mean? Like, if you were more sporty as a kid, the chances of you having some guy friends, like in primary or something, is much higher than having like a tight-knit circle of female friends of sorts, you do tend to find that like the guys stick with the guys and the girls stick with the girls, unfortunately. But I do find that I had a really big even mix of both during school. Like a lot of my college friends are either other trans people or females. And so like, yeah. It's just quite funny, admittedly. I'm also struggling to build this. Ooh, I need to add a bit more depth under here. Okay, cool. This bit here is flat. It should not be. There we go. There's an overhang. But I do feel like I am just a little bit more on the empathetic side. Then again, I do also sometimes struggle with empathy and the sorts. I don't know, man. That was a really nice question to ask, though, because it is... Obviously, I am happily open about it. It's... In general society, walking around day to day, I'd rather die than have people know. I'd rather just be seen as a guy. However, in communities such as this, I am happy for people to know, because if there's someone out there who is struggling, or, you know, in the same place I was several years ago, then, you know, having someone to look upon and be like, hey, so if they can do it, I can do it. And I'm gonna be honest, I've been debating for a while now, sort of like talking about it, but kind of on TikTok. Because some of my favorite content creators on TikTok are trans guys. Not necessarily, you know, sharing, you know, massive life stories, etc., etc. Just, you know, yapping about day-to-day things and just being like, hey, and just being open with themselves. You know, I mean, if you're British and a trans guy, you'll probably recognize some of these names on as well, at least one of these names. Ezra Butler. Ez. He's a pretty popular trans guy who makes social media stuff. Oh, I'm needed. Yes?
And
Hello.
I need to dig through the floor of this.
Oh, to get to the cave that I've accidentally covered up.
Yeah,
I've just...
That's the only way.
No, it's not. No, there's a second way. There's a second way. There's a second way. There's a second way.
How did you panic?
Huh?
Yeah. Good.
You good?
Okay. I'm chilling. There was suddenly a lot of noise. I did not turn off my tabs. But anyway, there's a second way?
Yeah, there's a second way, and it's much better than... I'm not saying it's much better than the way that this was down, but I know there was another way. Also, by the way, the portal's in it now.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. This has not been snipped.
No, it's not.
Now it's been snipped.
That was one that I planted, but I did not snip. But yeah, this is my little sign cave now.
I see that. This is very nice, very thoughtful, very demure. Why is snails been here?
That's the first sign that's been officially added to the sign cave. If you ignore the
Okay.
500 followers one, I just wanted to put that there for funsies. But yeah,
Fancies, okay.
silly little channel point redemption. But if you go this way, well, there's actually two ways to get to the same one place. It just depends on what you'd rather.
I figured, considering this, and there's a giant cave under this entire mountain.
Well, either you come
And
down
have
here
links.
and go into this entrance, or you go in through the stairs underneath my house. They both take you to the exact same location. which is
That's
this
right.
bit
There's
here.
a staircase under your house.
Ignore the
I
sign.
need upgrade.
I mean, the British
I
not
need
trans. I don't use
forge
title, but I think it's great that you have a platform
greenhouse
community that
again
support you and
soon.
supports you. That you support and supports you. Yeah.
Here's some
Oh.
heads.
Enderman.
And do the man. So yeah, this is where I go.
Yeah, I would say, like, yeah, come down here. Oh, there's an
This
axolotl
cave
in
is
here.
huge.
It is. It's my pretty little cave. There's the spider spawners. We just keep going this way. You'll see down here, there's a mine shaft.
There's a mine shaft.
And if we fall down into the mine shaft... Don't worry about that one. Or the one that's up there.
I am.
If you go down... If you just peek down there...
Yeah.
I found the skull.
Oh.
It's right there.
Oh.
So if you just come down here...
Oh, mama.
There is water
Down
that
here,
leads
I
you
looked
down.
Yeah.
There you go. Axolotl. It is, in fact.
Axolotl.
I found a texture
Is this
pack
silly-
using vanilla tweaks that basically allows you to be able to, like, it tells you which axolotl is which. Like, you know how when you pick up an axolotl in a bucket and it automatically turns pink no matter what colour the axolotl actually is?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the vanilla tweaks texture pack allows you to differentiate between them, and I need this to be on the server because, my god, will it make my shop so much easier to deal with. It's so difficult. Oh, hello.
Oh, good stuff.
It's so difficult selling axolotls when you've got to try and tell people what colour it is.
What was that? Where is it?
There's just some sensors down here.
Okay.
There you go.
Where
You're welcome.
there's sensors, you gotta be careful.
Yeah. Oh, here's the tough vein that I mined over there. I don't think there's any
Paper.
shriekers in this area.
No, I think I did. I think I got them all.
Yeah. It is really odd having the deep dark in this area and just no ancient city for ages.
Jesus.
Anyway, yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bing! Jump scare. Yeah. Alright, let's pop these away. Alright. Have you gotten the blue axle? Not yet. I wish. But look, it differentiates between them. There's the white ones and here's the pink ones. Isn't that so cute? Isn't that, like, needed in the game? Isn't that, like, something we, like, desperately need? Oh yeah, the golden crown as well. Like, my shop must be so nice now that it's got... What do I do with the honeycomb? I put it back in here. My shop must be thriving. For me specifically. I might see if there's any way of making it a plugin. I wonder if there's a plugin that does that, in which case... Give that to... I said they changed the mob eggs? Yeah, they did. It's really cool. Let's continue working on this, because I know that my attention span can get distracted. I think, yeah, this might not necessarily be finished now. I'm probably going to finish this outside of the stream. I'll probably just keep working on it tonight and keep going around. But I'm thinking this is looking really nice from now, because if you can see the angle... You see how much of that's hiding my base? Well, you got Neo's base up in the sky. That's not even mine. This bit of the roof here is mine. And the greenhouse, you can see... You can't see some of my lower builds, which is nice. That goes down the mountain that way. But the problem was before, you could see basically all of this and all of this. You can't see that now. Like, let me hop down here and just have a look from regular height. Yeah. There goes my base. There's the top of my custom tree. And there's going to be more of those, but that's fine. That's their trees. Trees aren't hurting anyone. But this is hiding everything. This is really enclosed, this area. I'm going to keep bringing this around just a bit more here, and as I just lower it down. And then we'll have the river that runs along. The bridge here is the river connects this way. Yeah, I'll make a pond in here somewhere. And it's a great way to connect our bases via this path here. However, yeah, you can't see my base anymore. And that's the whole point of this, is my sibling was, I'm not saying complaining, because they weren't complaining. They had every right to say what they said. They didn't realize just how close our bases were. And if they'd known that it was going to be that close, they would never have built there. And I think that's very fair, because early game, it's very difficult to tell just how far away people are. And so when they picked their area, they thought they were really far away from me, and they didn't realize just how much I wanted to expand. Did you draw your profile picture? I did not, actually. It's like the one time I've ever really considered commissioning to someone to do something that I could have probably done myself. I actually do a lot of artwork myself, especially for my own, not my emotes are mine. Whereas my profile picture, I wanted someone else to draw. So that is actually by someone on Instagram called Jaeger Yan. They are an amazing artist. They have like both a chibi style and stuff, and also the style like a regular art style, if you will. And I commissioned to them. It was about, I want to say maybe £20. Eren Jaeger. I think that's why they're named the username they are. I'm not gonna lie. All right. That's probably the reason behind their username, I'm not gonna lie. But they're an amazing artist. I love their work. One of the peaceful things. It is. It actually really is. I really like terraforming. It's amazing just being able to watch like the land come together. I feel like that's still really steep. I feel like this bit here needs smoothing down. Robbie, gotta eat. I should be still live when you get back, depending on how long you're gone for. Although I'm not too sure. Figure that out when we get there. Add a bit of grass up here. Just so that this area can actually start changing colour. And then we'll light it all up at the end. But yeah. This is gonna look really nice. Do-do-do. And then... Ooh. Ooh. Bonk, 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 bonk. It is really calming. Add random patches of grass. This path is going to be on this layer, so on this side here, we'll blend this out. Cool. Cool. I think the path should go up and down just a little bit. Cool. Bonk bonk. I see you behind there. That's what I thought. Oh, that pig scared the life out of me. Don't know why. Oh. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Do-do-do. Cool. Move, piggy. Cool. Yay. Like how the bridge is coming along. Alright. We've got this mountain here. The drop off. Quick question, how do you pronounce my username? Johnny B. Because you got Johnny and then B. At least that's what I would probably say. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that. Why? I mean, fair enough. I'd assumed that that's how it was pronounced. My apologies. Oh, that's the other kind of curve. Just need to finish a good way to do the roof. I need to find a good way to do the roof. Ooh. My sense my name is John, but pronounced Yone. Oh. Oh, that's cool. I can say Yone if you want. Yoni B would make more sense. That would actually, yeah, that would. You do have a point there. Ooh, what if I bring this layer here? Also, Iceland. That's a very cool place. These guys. Really? Really? There's more over here that have got stuck on things. I live in the UK so much. Fair enough. Me and my partner have probably gonna visit Iceland one day. It's sort of like for the pair of us, it's kind of like almost like a dream location to visit. Neither of us really are fans of like hot locations, you know what I mean? Like where things like Spain and things. The both of us quite enjoy more of the cold, and I've always wanted to see the Northern Lights. And so we're probably going to visit somewhere like Iceland. Iceland is definitely a location for the both of us, but I'm going to be real. Norway as well. Norway also calls to me. Oh, my bongos need collecting. I'm also going to have to disappear. Earlier than expected. So I'm actually going to probably have to end stream in a minute. Which is such a shame, because I was looking forward to continuing a bit further. But, I don't think I'm going to be able to continue streaming. We'll continue working on this. With devastatingly cold winters and the darkness literally makes the entire country depressed 3 months a year. Yeah, but I think that's really cool. I'm really interested in that. That might sound like I'm a little bit odd, but, like, I think it's really, really cool. It might suck for the people that live there all the time, but I just think that sounds amazing. Fair. I mean, I'm so used to the wet and the cold anyway here in the UK. Obviously, we don't get as cold. But, like, oh my gosh. I love the dark. I don't like being out in the dark, you know, at home or something. I do have to disappear for a second and then I'm here. Okay, that means I need to end stream then. I'm so sorry again for cutting stream early. I'm very, very, very sorry. I'm gonna keep working on this outside of stream. However, the YouTube video should be up now. Alright. There is the YouTube link. You should go and watch that. Is there anyone I can raid? Anyone live? Can I raid Impulse? Yeah, let's raid Impulse. Cool. Never mind, I'm not allowed to raid Impulse. That's fine then, I'll probably just end. Thank you very, very, very much to everyone who's been here. There are all the links including my Instagram, my merch, my link trees, and my VODs channel, and also the Discord server, so that you can be able to be up to date with all of my future streams and plans and other things that are going on. Thank you so much to everyone who's been here. You guys are all amazing. I'm just going to end, instead of raiding anyone, so you can go and disperse yourself wherever you want to. And thank you very much for everyone who's been here. Bye bye.